your girl, Mistress Karma, and just like the title said, a revelation has pricked my ears up, and I just wanted to share it with people who have been reaching out and asking me questions on the Big G. So, first of all, um, where should I start? He did go out of town for a little bit. I don't know much, other than that, but we emailed a little bit back and forward, and um, I can tell you that he's not worried about YouTube stuff. He's got other things to worry about right now. Um, he um, he also um, well, I actually wanted to ask him because I got tired of getting DMs and private messaging going on, asking him. Asking about if he had a child. Okay, and he said no. The man has not lied to me. There is no child. You guys can look up yourself and see this is an invented thing from whoever. This is somebody just trying to throw something at the wall and think it's going to stick. Well, it's not true. It's not true. You know what I mean? I know him better than any of you out there for a very, very long time. And the man don't walk, crooked in any way. He's, not like that. He's not like that. Yeah, he's got a temper on him, and if you bring that out, that kind of energy out towards him, he will defend himself. And I can't judge him because I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way. I'm like, come on, let's get outside. I don't care if I'm in a wheelchair. I don't care. I'll put my freaking special braces on, and we'll meet in the street, bitch. But anyways, um, Hussy, you say that I heard something about you having his address, and that a roommate of his was served. I don't know if you know how the law works first, because the person who's being served has to have it in their hand. It has to be no doubt about it this is G Man, you know, and you've been served. Okay, you can't say, "Hey, I gave it to his auntie. Hey, I gave it to his, I went to his family reunion and gave it to one of them." No, no, and all black folks don't look alike. Okay, so just because you may have walked up and handed it to a black person, it wasn't us. All right, it wasn't my boy. It wasn't my boy. He been busy. He been busy up there in Hackensack, New Jersey. Oh, shit. Sorry, G. Sorry, 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 sorry. Sorry. I did not mean to say that. Please, you guys, don't do not pay attention to what I said. I had a couple of wine coolers earlier, um, and damn it, I should have waited. I should have waited to do this. Damn it. Well, anyways, you guys know now about what area. Um, you know, he is using. Thank God, because it's dangerous out there. He saw how dangerous it can get. Um, he's using He's using a fake name down there. So, you know, hopefully he'll be, um, just fine. You know, what is it, Uh, James Williams or something like that? Yeah, yeah. I don't think he'll get mad that I, said that part, but yeah. The other part I don't know about. I should not have had that second drink. Damn it. And I know you little trolls are going to try to use that and, track this man down. If he doesn't want to be found, let him be. Let him be. He obviously doesn't want to talk to anybody. He's doing what he has to do as a grown ass man, and leave him alone. Leave him alone, you know? Stop asking me questions about him, you know? Um, that is my ace boon coon. That's my ace. And I will not ever sit there and spread anything on him, true or not. You know, that's just, you can't get that to ever happen. 15 years, we know of each other 15 years. So, you guys can back off of that. Take your foot off the gas. But yeah, you guys can give up looking up my friend, okay? Um, he'll come back when he wants to come back. But it's just like he told Buff. Buff is saying, $800 for the stank tank, and G doesn't want to go for that. He doesn't want to go for that. He does not want to go for that. But I tell you what, as high as the groceries and stuff is, Buff, I will be on the damn stank tank, whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay? I got the skin for it. Okay? I have the skin for it. Let's do the thing. Let's do the damn thing. I can take it all. I can take it all. So, the little girl, I actually either through I sent him a like a video clip, asking him like, "Hey, tell me the truth that you don't really have a kid out here somewhere, boy or girl." He said, I do not. He's just straightforward about it, which I knew, but I got the clip, from the interactions that we had, because you can say anything about anybody on here and people just run with it, and it's not cool. With no evidence at all, they'll just run with it, you know. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, he doesn't want to be on Skank Tank or Stank Tank, whatever that is. Um, he wants. What did he say that he wanted? I'm thinking. Yeah, he doesn't want to take the $800 for to be on Buff's thing. Uh, but like I said, Buff, hey, I'm down. I don't care. I don't care what people say about me. Yeah, I'm one of those people. So heck yeah, I need the money. Break that shit over here, okay? Anyways, he should be coming back soon. You know, back online. That way, you guys can ask him. You know, everything that you want. Um, but he's straight up. Like I said, he's straight up and down. He, doesn't have any kids. What they did was they took a video and sliced it. They edited it to where I have a, disabled daughter. He's talking about the great debate community. We had a person that had autism, and he called her his daughter. Okay, and so they clipped that thing all together and made it look like, yeah, he's admitting to having a autistic daughter. No, this is not true. This is not true. He learned a lot about autism, uh, dealing with a girl on uh, in the community. Okay, so that's what that meant. Somebody did some work to put that together. I mean, why you would do that, I have no idea. People have too much time, and like here I am bedridden, and I'm saying y'all got too much time. Anyways, let me see what else was there. What else was there? Yes. So yeah, in order for you to um, serve someone, you have to serve it directly to that person, not a roommate, not a mother, not a father, not, nobody but that person can receive it, you know, in paper, you know what I mean? You've been served and walk off, you know? So that is not how that goes. If anybody was listening to anything like that, that's not how that works. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Um, I hope none of you guys are bothering the people at that fake ass address that was dropped where he supposedly lives with a roommate or whatnot. Like, yeah, he doesn't have a roommate. You know, he's my friend. So yeah, he doesn't have a roommate, and that's not where he lives. That's not it. That is not his address, and you're going to get somebody shot or something sending them up there to that wrong door, because I'm pretty sure the people are sick of it at this point. So, you know, and I damn sure know that you guys don't want to screw around with any of his family members as well. His sister and them, like all of that IRL stuff has to end. It has to end. Like, I'm seeing so many people that are going IRL and, running people over, and the thing is, it was over a game that they were playing, on Xbox or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like real world consequences. Okay? Real world consequences because of a video game. Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better than that. You gotta do better than that. So he said that he feels better, um and is healing up and everything. Um that's one thing I didn't get. I didn't get the exact date that he was coming back. That I did not get. Um, I wish. I just wish the community stops hate mongering newcomers for no reason. Calling them scammers, which, definition of a scammer is, you trick somebody to get something valuable from them, you know. So most of the time you hear people calling anyone a scammer, that's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. It's real, yeah, slow people. Slow people. That is for sure. That is for sure. So whatever you sent over, Hussey or your lawyer, whatever, to hand to who the hell ever, um, yeah, that wasn't the resident at all, like at all. I mean, you're nowhere near Hackensack. You're nowhere near where he actually is. Okay, nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. You know, and if I was you, I wouldn't try to keep, uh, hitting that drum over and over and over, going after G Man. Just let it be. Just let it be. Not everyone has to like your, way of living. Not everyone has to like, the way the way that I do my hair, my makeup, my clothing. People have their rights in this country to, you know, live like they want to live, and not um, be messed with, just because. Oh goodness, where's everybody at? Where is everybody at? I've been getting all these messages, and now everybody wants to, you know, uh, you're missing in action now. You're missing in action. You know, Carrie herself, like 5 days ago, in her community tab, actually says that she did not dox G. He, you know, I knew that to be true. I already knew it to be true. I know the address, like, that's not his address. Okay? All these fake ass addresses people are coming up with is hilarious to me. And then the fake neighbors that come out, and oh, they know this about, this. The funny part is when people start turning and listening to Shani. Oh, I trust Shani. Really? Really? You trust that I'm a liar and didn't get scammed by Scamu herself, but when it's anybody else, is it my color? You know, could it have something to do with that? I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I don't make fake police reports, um, and having them come out here and doing all the things that I did, you know, FBI, all of that. I wouldn't have done that, just for internet, uh, you know, uh, BS. It absolutely makes no sense. It absolutely makes zero sense. If you want to call uh, someone Gary's daughter, well, hell, I'm Gary's daughter. Shock! Wow! Grab your pearls! Oh my gosh! Karma was Karma was his daughter the whole time. Come on, guys. Come on. And if someone clips that and put it in a short, I'm sure a few idiots would not do any research and say, "Yeah, this is for fact." Yeah, this is for fact. She's already said that he's her daddy. The hell's wrong with y'all? The hell, I mean, COVID knocked people down a little bit and made us, lock ourselves down, in our houses and stuff like that. But I mean, it's been a while since COVID happened, and I want people to snap back out of it and go back to living normal lives. You know, don't mess with people in real life. Don't, for what? For freaking what? And I tell you what, Hussy, what you do have is going to get laughed out of the courtroom because I mean, you're not even going to get to go to discovery with the so-called, you know, proof that you have. You're not going to be able to even get a discovery out of that. You know, the judge may even fine you. They've been fining people on YouTube that have been going after each other. So I'd watch out for that one. Watch out for that one. And but yeah, he's healthy and living his best life, living his best life. Is taking no skin off of his nose. He don't give a damn whatsoever, whatsoever. That's why he's like, I don't care to do Buff's thing. Like I said, I'm a free agent. I'm a free agent, and I'll make that shit funny as hell. I'll make it funny as hell. I got costumes. I don't give a damn. I will make that shit work. It will be worth people's money. Okay? It will be worth people's money, Buff. But, you think about it. You think about it. You know, all I can do is suggest. I just know G Man isn't going to be a part of it, you know. And so Rev and Channy aren't either. So maybe dress up like a what? I cannot freaking read. Cannot read. Can't be anything important. Anyways, mm, so I mean, with all this technology, you would think that people would know how to look up to see if someone has, a child or had a child in the past, and this, that, and the other. You know, you would you would be able to look up those things. You know, and I know certain people that in the past that did, and guess what? It didn't pass the smell test. You know, was not real. It was not real. So I wish people would stop, you know, using lying narratives to try to get content. You know what I mean? Especially lesser known, the lesser known, you know, um, keyboard warriors. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, you definitely are greasy from head to toe, eating pizza, wiping the grease on the front of your shirt, and got pimples all down your back and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can smell that shit through the phone. You know. Yeah. Another thing is, I wish people would come as they are. No, no avatars. No, you know what I mean? Come and talk. Be human. Be human. Be human. So, I mean, I guess like it seems to me like people who have known G Man for like 5 minutes seem to think they know more about him than, someone, you know, who's been down with them for years. That's what amazes me. Or, his sister, or, his family members. Like, you're gonna tell them about him. Like, the hell's wrong with you people? You know? And even you guys need to pick a lane, okay? First of all, you say he's gay, right? Whatever. Then you say, oh yeah, he was married and he had an autistic child and beat it, and so that's why he's not allowed around, the child, right? um, he was allowed around Shanny's children, all kinds of children, because he's not on any registry, okay? There is no child, no paperwork that you can pull up that shows, that he did these horrible things to his own autistic child, for God's sakes, because it doesn't exist. If you pay attention to the video, you can see that it is clipped. It is clipped. He is talking about the great debate community had an autistic girl that used to come up there, and he was saying how, she's like his daughter, and he's learned a lot from her. That is, you know, it's completely taken the wrong way. It's completely taken the wrong way. People will slice some shit together, you know, and they'll shit on two pieces of bread and tell you it's a sandwich. I promise you. I promise you that it makes zero sense, And I mean, I hope that these are, just young adults being immature, whatever. But I have a feeling that these are actual adults that are, running the world, that are acting like this, which is scary. It's very, very scary, going in real life. Like, what the hell? What the hell? You know what I mean? But regardless, Hussy, you or, um, your YouTube lawyer, um, are going to have to get to his residence and serve them directly to him, not to anybody else, not to you can look it up, you don't have to take my word, you can look it up, it has to be given directly to him. Period. The end. Period. The end. You know, have to be, you're served. Bam. Real fast. They run up real fast on you and deliver it to you. So, giving it to anybody that you think knows them, or, lives with them or whatever, it's not going to do you a damn bit of good. Because that person can say, well, hey, I never got it, it wasn't given to me. So that's why that is law. You have to serve them like that. So, um, so my boy G is doing his best. He's doing his best. I think he does his best work, staying away from, the toxic community that this has become. Um, and, take me some time to care about himself, because, I mean, even with thick skin, and being able to, fight the trolls or whatever, it can give anybody, some mental problems, some mental traumas, uh, and I mean, it's just a bunch of, like I said, keyboard warriors that are probably too big to go outside, just like Shani, and they want to inflict more pain on others, because their life sucks. You know what I mean? My life sucks, so I'm gonna make their life suck. You know, it's a horrible, way to look at it, but goes to Carrie's community post, and 5 days ago she says that she did not dox G. He was not doxed by her. He says he he wasn't doxxed. He said, my address, Karma, that's not my address. I was like, yeah, I know that. I know that. So, um, you're beating a dead horse. I mean, I bet the person that got that paperwork was like, what the hell? What's a J man? You know? I bet you they were surprised as hell, unless they've been getting a bunch of bricks and cement and stuff to their door. you know? So, anyways, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that little update from our guy. Um, I will put up, I think, in my community tab or in a short, the actual receipt, the proof, you know, of Carrie saying, hey, you know, I didn't, you know, I didn't dox him, you know, I never doxed him, da 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 da, you know.
She said she wouldn't.
She wouldn't, she said she wouldn't, excuse me.
That's his family and so on.
Yeah, or his family, you know.
She said she didn't. She wouldn't.
Yeah, she would never do that. Exactly. Exactly. Well, I mean, you know, some people have brains. Some people have brains. Sometimes on here, and others, you know, you got to think, how the hell did you make it this far in life? What is going on? So, if you guys have any other questions to ask him, because you know, I'm gonna email him as soon as I get off to tell him, you know, I messed up and slipped up, you know, and hopefully he doesn't he doesn't Incredible Hulk my ass. I mean, it was an accident. It was an accident. So I will email him and, you know, ask him to look over at the live and forgive me for slipping up. What did you say, Spock?
That's it right now. What'd you get off?
Okay. But anyways, as long as he's doing good, I'm good. You know, the Lord woke us up today. That's a positive thing to look at. You know, think of the positive. No matter how much negativity people push down your throat every day, think about, well, hey, God woke me up this morning. You know, it's a miracle. You know, He woke me up this morning, and go on about your life. You know, because who knows what that person has going on in their life? Who knows? And there are a lot of people that, you know, suffer. They suffer, and we just don't know it. We just see, you know, them, you know, grunting and all this, you know, and we think, oh my gosh, you know, what an a-hole. Well, you know, it's a result of, you know, how their life is going outside of this, you know. So it's best to just say, God bless you, and, you know, move on. Move on. But all right, fiends and ghouls, I am getting ready for another video here in like 5 minutes. I just gotta get in touch with my buddy, and, you know, beg 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 him to forgive me. Okay, so you guys have a good one, and I will be back in about 10-20 minutes. God bless.